brother?
Nothing, how you doing?
Yeah, hanging out. Saw you last weekend, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You got the dirt bike yet?
Friday.
Friday?
I'm trading that fucking piece of shit for a little
That
bike.
quad?
Are you guys really riding tractors out here?
Yeah. That's all we got. His four-wheeler is broken, and then my buddy Christian, he's on his two.
We saw you on the side of the road. Well, at it again. Derail here. It's January 18th. Excellent riding day. 50 degrees in New England, Massachusetts, that is. Don't get these options too often. And just taking advantage of the weather. It rained a lot this week, so we're going to a sand pit and we're going to do some exploring. This is a sand pit I call the Sandpit, and I'm with my buddy Pete. I usually ride with his son, my nephew, which this is Peter Sr. I known him or grew up with him since age 5, best friends since then. I watched the weather. It's been like 20 something years since he rode with me. He used to race with me back in the late 90s, early 2000s, and he hasn't been on a dirt bike since. So he's on his son's bike, and I didn't want to kill him today, so we're just having fun exploring. And we're at this pit. I know you've probably seen this a million times. So there's actually that's a tractor, a lawn tractor hood that was there. Those fellas in the beginning were riding lawn tractors out in the sand pit. Anyway, just wanted to talk about a couple things today. I know these videos have been repetitious, but today, riding with a purpose. I always talk about that, and today's supposed to be just a fun day, but we got to the sand pit cold. Like, I mean, we didn't ride or anything, so right off the bat, what I'm working on here for my winter training or whatever, I mean, we all have to do something. I'm old, so I'm just trying to get on the bike for seat time. But what I had to get in today was my goal was to do a 15-minute moto cold. So I mean, like cold, like not riding a lap. The track is untouched, like nobody really rode it. Our friend Paul that we were just talking to, we met last week or a couple weeks prior. He did a couple laps, so there's no lines in this. It's just sand. Well, obviously you see there's some there from him, but I haven't been around this loop, and I'm going at it, kind of going a little slow because it's wishy-washy. If you rode the sand, it's got the crust on top and it's wet on the bottom. So you kind of like, you're fighting the bike around the whole lap. But my goal was to do a 15-minute or more moto. Just get out there and go at it, because at J-Day races, there's no practice, there's no warm-up. It's starting gate and go. So I'm just working on that. Something for you, food for thought to think about if you're racing J-Days or not. It's something I never practiced, was riding fast cold. I usually do like a warm-up moto, then a partial moto, and then I get after it once I'm warmed up. But that's been putting me in a deficit in the racing. I get warmed up by the end of the moto, and then I'm tired and I can't make any passes. Everybody's too far ahead. So things I'm working on, just wanted to share with you some things that I'm working on. That's one of them. Other thing, I see all the pros in Supercross, motocross on TV and stuff working on turning without putting your leg out or sitting. This is one thing I'm gonna be working on. I can't emphasize enough on how important it is. If you can turn fast with standing or without putting your foot down or out to dab, you have more control of the bike, right? So what I'm working on is the standing approach. I'm not doing the sitting with the feet on the pegs. I'm standing and trying to turn at least 3/4, like for instance this one, trying to get in like 3/4. I'm up, then I sit down and go, or dab my foot or whatever it may be. Stand, then drop down and go. I'd like to go all the way through the turn standing, but the sand was it was deep, if you know what I mean. It was tough. The next time I ride, I'd like to make a turn track, preferably not on sand. Do something like in a grass field or something. Do like the figure eights or turns, and just go after that. And the key to that is what I see from what people tell me. I haven't done it yet. Is just, it's not about speed, it's about controls. You want to get your controls on the bike and just go around with control and stay in the rut or the line. Don't blow it out because you're going too fast. And then once you got it down, doing 5 minutes in one rotation, do 5 minutes other rotation, or whatever it is, 5 laps, then go at it, bat out of hell. I mean, I know you probably know this stuff, and if you're watching, I know, shut up, Daryl, but just throwing them out there. These are things that I'm thinking about in my head that I want to work on. It's winter time. I don't know what else you would be working on or whatever. Instead of just chilling out, I'm always doing work. And if you watch my videos, you see I'm busybody. I got something going on all the time. So other things training wise, I'm not no trainer or anything, but you know, going to the gym, doing regular workout things, bench press, back pull-ups, and all that. I'm finding if you do like body weight workout stuff for motocross, it's much more, it's better, I think, using body weight. I'm trying to work on getting my feet fast because I'm older, you know, like football training things where you're doing side shuffles and stuff. I haven't started, but those are things I want to do. Ooh, there goes Pete lying down in the corner. He always likes to take a nap. But anyway, that's tough to ride in the sand. We all know if you've been there. We're doing some exploring with Paul. He's showing me some sand pits that I haven't been to. And we're going to be doing some rail bed riding here to get there. And you don't have to watch. This is like a 15-minute video, but I'm just talking while it's going anyway. If you're listening to me, then stay tuned. But yeah, for training, doing like the body weight exercises over like bench press and stuff. I've always done like, I guess you would call it like bodybuilding workouts, which I'm not anywhere near a bodybuilder, but I always did bench press, curls, back, pull downs and rows and all that kind of stuff, shoulder press for like building, but I never built any body mass. But what I'm trying to say is I realized now, 20 plus years later, I think the calisthenics or the HIIT training programs are more effective for motocross. You don't necessarily have to be strong. I mean, look how scrawny someone like Jet Lawrence is or whoever. They're not like buff. They're skinny and they got all the stability muscles to control the bike, and they're loose. People always talk about being loose. Oh, check this out. We have a lot of like train track rails to cross over here in the suburban life, but yeah, they're tough to get over sometimes, especially if your tires are wet. Anyway, so what I'm trying to say is if you can come up with a program and stick to it through the winter, it'll definitely help you for the spring. I'm just trying to work on being young, which I'm not young, but that's what I wish. If you have the youth, God bless you. Stick with it. Uh-oh. My buddy Pete went down right in the train tracks. Get up. Train's coming. No, I'm just kidding. I think these are dead train tracks. I have no idea, actually. Never seen a train go down them. But back to the workout stuff. You got to keep moving. Doing some cardio, I think, is good. I don't know much about checking your heart rate. A friend of mine's helping me with that now, which Kevin is going to talk to me about things you can do to work, you know, monitor your heart rate and in the peak performance ranges to better that. But I don't really do cardio. I'm doing a Peloton spin bike class as we speak. It was like a 5 or 6 day program. It was called endurance training. Recommend something like that. It's like 4 rides a week. That's keeping me moving. Other than that, I do some mountain biking when it's warmer out or in the spring, just so I have the view of the trails. I'm doing it in trails, obviously, not in the sand pit, but trail riding on a mountain bike, just so you can get familiar with the atmosphere for, like, per se, a J-Day race. That's what I'm working on. Anyway, enough about me and my goals. I hope you like this video. I hope it helps you. If you have any questions, please comment and like the video or whatever. But definitely keep moving through the winter, and these days are just seat time for me. But like, I like to ride with a purpose, and the purpose of today's ride was to do a cold moto. I actually did 17 minutes in that Sandpit, and I am doing some exercise stuff throughout the week. Paul got stuck on that log. I was gonna try the log, but it was real greasy and it was at like a 45-degree angle, so I didn't have momentum. Next time. But so we explored around today. We ended up finding another sand pit, which I'm gonna park closer to and try to ride that one next time. But I think this is the final ride of the season for us. I don't see it getting in the 40s again around me. And quite frankly, if it's like 45, 44 degrees, my hands were getting cold. I'd have to dress warmer. I guess I'm being a puss, but I'm not really interested in getting out into that unless it was just fun with some buddies. But enjoyed my day today a lot, riding with my buddy Pete that I haven't rode with in 20 plus years, and Paul. Paul, that kid's flying in the woods and on the train track beds. He was like Mach 10. He was like fifth gear, wide open on his I think he had a 250 SX KTM. Flying. Kid's nuts. This here was tough. This was like a muddy rut, and you were going like I was going third gear in it, and you can't like pop out of it. It was weird, but yet again, another balance thing. It's not about the speed until you get comfortable with the bike. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not 100% comfortable on my bike just yet. It's still kind of new to me, the new platform. It's a 23 I had since July, but still working on the body positioning on the bike for me. I'm doing a lot of stand-up riding, but it feels like the rear wheel is underneath me. I'm trying to figure out, maybe I need a little bit higher handlebar spacer for the clamp. I might try that because I feel like I'm like bending over too much and leaning over the bars, but I feel good. It's just not 100% comfy yet. And also I got to do some more sand pit riding so I can get comfortable with the way the bike's gonna go through those turns without guessing. You know, like, is it gonna slide out or not? And I'm trying tire combos and bib mooses and all that stuff. Anyway, like and subscribe to the channel. Continue to watch if you're into this thing. I'm also looking for someone that would be interested in doing photography for my Derail channel, like from an outside camera at the races and stuff, or at the pits. Obviously, I don't have big fundage, but let me know if you would be interested in helping out for the cause. We'll review some more tracks in the spring. I might have a couple more videos here and there. I'm gonna do another helmet. I don't know if you saw my channel. I have other stuff on there, some helmets that I painted and some other stuff that I do. I'm working on an old vintage KDX. I get into some stuff, you know, keeping it fresh. And yeah, just hit me up if you have any questions or interested to join the team. We're in Massachusetts, not the team, but you know what I mean. I'm looking for someone to do outside photography and editing. It'd be sick to help with this channel. I'm not gonna put much more effort in. I'm also working on the camera angle. I gotta change it back on the GoPro. This is not a wide enough lens angle. I wanna go back to the bird's eye view or the wide super view. I tried just widescreen, but I gotta go back to super view because it's just looking at the ground too much. Sorry to make you dizzy. Anyway, like and subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned if you want to watch. This video is not much longer. We'll catch you at the next. Peace.